Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back at it. It's been a little while, obviously. I've been super busy, IRL. But we're going to get these done, and I'm going to get this out by Saturday morning, and then the next one's going to be Sunday morning. And then I have another video coming out, should be around Tuesday. I should be done editing. This is a PvP-centric video, and I got a little surprise for you. It's about stackers, but it's different. It's not really trashing them, so it's like, I think you'll really enjoy it. We expand a little bit more on stacking, how it's actually been fixed, etc., and how people who use the stack react to that. And I think you're really going to like it. But let's get back into the agility. Let's go knock this out. All right, everybody knows what Action Void, Action Gold does, obviously. I will say this: if you have really, really high AP, if you're really buffed up, these can work together. I used to love coupling them together with Vulcan armor because you get the passive of regeneration. You can get AP back really, really fast. However, in most PvP builds, I don't use this because I'm using colas or coffee, etc. Even just colas itself, I'm gonna regenerate my AP back like instantly. So like in coffee, kind of can lock your AP, where it can it literally can lock where you don't ever actually get to zero. You can have down to like 5 or 1 AP, and it still technically will work for like hyper reflexes or evasive or even dodgy. Technically dodgy, but evasive and hyper reflex can work just because of that reason. So keep that in mind. So like coffee stuff is always good in a PvP fight. It's always good. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But if you do, it's amazing. Adrenaline is a PvE kill thing. It's really not great for PvP. It's so I mean, it could do more damage. So if you're doing DOT, yeah, of course you could do like way more damage. However, this will stack with adrenal reaction serum. So like if you have teammates around you fighting things like PvE wise or PvP wise, it can stack up damage. To be fair, it can do that. Obviously, there's a 1 minute timer as soon as like the last kill or like your teammate has or you have, and yes, your teammate can kill near you, and it will stack adrenal reaction serum. So not sure about adrenaline, but I know the adrenal reaction serum 100% does. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, there. Emma Smith making more ammo. That's super obvious. Listen, if you're human, yes. If you're ghoul, super don't fucking matter. As a human, yes, it is super good. Like it's not as good as it used to be, but it still is useful. Covert up. If you're using anything ranged with like say a handmade or a Elder's Mark, and you got a silencer on it, yes, it will be easier to get 110s. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of builds that I do with those, I don't even use anything but Covert Op and Mr. Sandman. Between those two, even just Mr. Sandman by itself, mixed with like Number Cruncher or stuff like that, Cinematicus, you're going to hit 110s regardless. So like this actually could be useful though. PvE wise, it's extremely useful. Dead Man Sprinting, it's pretty much shit. PvP wise, it's fucking useless. And honestly, PvE wise, not really. It's like who cares? Like sprinting doesn't really matter too much, and there's actually a ton of cards I'm going to show you in just a second to increase your movement speed by a fuck ton. And this is one of those cards that's just unnecessary because it comes with a caveat that you have to be at 50% health. So that means even as ghouls, you do have to be at health, not glow, health. So it's kind of a redundant card. Every PvP build you do, if you are going to be fighting back and forth, you better use this card. Like this, obviously, and evasive, etc. Like this is a guaranteed card. Like if you're not using this, I don't know what you're doing. Like honestly, and if you're using VATS, you're fighting like newbies or people who are just kind of dabble, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's like super important card. Personally, I mean, I've always used it. Even after the nerve, it's still a strong card. Not as strong, but it's still strong. This card, Enforcer card, if you're using anything that has small guns, so anything from a Crusader pistol to Elder's Mark, use this fucking card. Please use this card. That stagger chance is super important. Stagger is super important PvP. Like I said before, that when you stagger somebody, there is like a minute, like a fraction of a second where heals don't technically load properly, or it takes a little bit. It's not really like a lag thing. It's just part of the game. It's not a terrible thing. It's just something you need to know. And also, that card can cause more stagger. It also can, obviously, if you're 110s, it's not going to do a whole lot more, obviously, at all. But it also can stagger the shit out of somebody. So that's really good card to have. If you're running it handmade or Elder's Mark, etc., use that card every single time. Okay. These are another. Well, obviously, let's go ahead and evasive guaranteed card. If you're PvPing and you're not, hopefully not in PA, you better use this card. There's no reason not to use this card because if you're in PvP, you should have high agility, at least probably 15. It's like legit on the cards. Like even if you have 10 and you have 5 on top of it from legendary, you should be running 15 because there's so many build options for agility, for evasiveness, for more damage, etc. Like it's extremely important. So like me personally, evasive and dodgy are going on every single build I do. Plus another one. We'll get to in a second. But those two are guaranteed. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if it's melee, if it's heavy guns, pistols. It don't matter what it is. These two cards go on there every single time. Escape artist is actually a really good thing to use and practice, like just running around and you're just doing like, you're just trying to get PvP fight, random people you've never met. You don't even know if they PvP or not, just randomly. These is actually good because you don't have to use stealth boys as much. If you do enough damage, you can just instant drop them, like legit. And you duck. Let's say they vats you, and you duck and immediately throws off their vats, and they just shoot in the air, and maybe they don't have a good reaction time. Like this is actually a really really good card. It also makes it harder for you to get vatted. To be fair, like on console, I know for a fact once you break, like somebody's vatting you, and then you break it as you crouch because you disappear. It's a lot harder for them to vat, even if they could see you again, physically see you, and you're not stealth, etc. And you're just sitting there. It's really, really hard to get it. You usually have to stagger somebody to get that vats back. So yeah, I would actually integrate that pretty heavily if you can have it, because it also depends on what guns you're using, and what type of build you're using, and what roles your guns have, and what roles your armor has. They all have an influence. Go legs. I mean, I use bird bones, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you don't use that, it could be positive, but they're super important cards. So it could be useful for like a day-to-day, like running around, but if you're going to get into an extreme, like a really tough PvP fight, this shit is completely pointless. Gorilla, that's a super important card for me for my LMG build. I use this for my LMG because most fights with LMGs are pretty close. They are in the proc zone of Gorilla, at least majority of the time. So, and if you do have to push close on somebody, maybe your accuracy is not quite on point, or maybe they're really squirrely and you want to get right on top of them, this is going to get you that 110 way easier, to be fair. Like, you don't have to use this card, but I would recommend it to a certain degree. Just like, most Onslaught cards are okay. This would probably be the better one, in my personal opinion, because of reload speed. That one, I don't really care for. It's fine. I don't really use Onslaught that heavy, except for, like, reverse. I use reverse Onslaught for, like, pistols and stuff, but, like, as far as like actual PvP fights, these cards are kind of redundant. Like this one I would recommend for any heavy gun. But these, if you can fit in the build, cool. But you're going to need your defense cards, and a lot of your defense comes from agility. Gun Fu, useless. If you're vatting, it's pointless because like, yeah, you get 9% damage up to 3 targets. But if you're fighting 1v1s, it doesn't matter. If you're already hitting 110s and you're using a ballistic weapon, it's pointless. If you're using let's say, even if you're using grenades, it don't really do that great unless somebody, like you throw a grenade and you vat it and you shoot it. Technically, that's not a kill, so because they die after, obviously. So like, it wouldn't even switch to the next grenade you may throw, or somebody might throw it for you. To be fair, but it's not really going to do anything. So PvP wise, it's kind of a useless card. Gunrunner actually is really good. It really is good. I like to pair this with squad maneuvers. Here lately, I've been doing a lot for my heavy, like my minigun build. I have a minigun build now that I've been using a lot. And I use this a lot, actually, because I like my maneuverability, obviously. And I use this to reposition while shooting a minigun, like, really quickly, because the minigun has a little step time. Like, most guns don't, obviously, like the LMG, the Elder's Mark, Handmade, etc. You don't really need this card, personally, my personal opinion, but if you want to be really maneuverable, it's actually nice because you don't have to unequip your weapon. Ranged weapon equipped, that's it. That's its only caveat. So, it can be super useful. That's the only caveat to it. So, between this and squad maneuvers, you're going to get a 40% boost to movement speed. Well, range speed and then movement speed, excuse me. So, like, it can be useful. Like, it's according to your fighting style, but if you're very maneuverable, yeah, this could actually be really beneficial to you. I don't really use this. Honest with you, I use Wild West Hands and Luck, which automatically has a 30% chance to auto-reload your weapons, which is actually stupid good. So, like, this one, if you can put it in your build, yeah, but I don't really recommend it, like, as a priority at all. Gunslinger, I would not use that shit. It's not useful because, like, I don't find it that useful. I can hit 110s without it. Like, I don't need it. Like, Gorilla's the only one I would say, but like, this one, I don't find it useful at all. I feel like it's overkill, and you're already getting your 110s. And if you're doing explosive damage, you're going to hit your 110 ballistic, and explosives can be influenced. But this does not influence explosive damage. It only influences ballistic damage with a certain types of weapons. Obviously, it's like obviously energy can be influenced, but it's not that much more, and you're still capped. So it's like if you're already there, it's not. It's just useless. Gunslinger, obviously expert, etc. Kind of with Gunslinger, not really that great of a card. It's good, but it's not great because, like I said, most of your damage comes from here. Obviously, most of your damage comes right here. These 4 cards, and of course, bullet storm and bring the big guns if you're using a heavy weapon. So like, not super important. Reverse onslaught. The only time this is useful, and it is useful, is using single fire. So the Dom Pedro, the Crusader, even the Dragon. However, they don't like the Crusader actually does more damage than the Dragon per shot as DPS because the Dragon shoots super slow. The way crits and VATs work in PvP has been highly capped, so it's like almost impossible to kill a PvPer with a Dragon. Like it's damn near impossible. You'd be lucky to get their glow, like even halfway. Like it's pretty shit. So like this is only really useful for me for pistols, and that's pretty much the only time it's actually useful. If you're using an automatic, this is completely useless because now you're reversing your onslaught. So the more you shoot, the less damage you do. So it's completely useless. Home defense, the only way this actually does any benefits to you for PvP, the only way, is if you have a missile camp or a cryo camp. Even a little 10, like a little 10 slot cryo layer, like cryo camp, is actually really good. Don't expect it to outright kill people, but it will slow them way the hell down, like way down. This is another card that I guarantee that I will always use. I will never not use this because it does rely on your glow, so you need to keep your glow high. But I'm telling you, that glow high, dude, you are super evasive. So it's easier to maintain glow. And on top of that, you got 20% evasion. That's a fucking chunk. That's a massive. So like I said, these 3 cards, 100% on every single build I do. Every last one. These 3 cards will always be on those builds. And this card I've become a fan of this card here lately. I actually do like it because you glow. It does pertain to glow. So you glow to be high. But if you're fighting and you're healing up and you get through their little beam and then you push or you sidestep whatever, it starts sprinting, you can reposition really, really fast. I will say, like the Jaguar speed mixed with all other shit, squad maneuvers, and I would say like Gunrunner, etc. It makes you super fast, super fast. Light-footed, who cares? They destroyed trap camps. So the only trap camps that are available now is like the Fisher sites, which I ain't gonna lie, are hilarious. Love them. I would love to see yours if you have one. Let me know if you're a PSN because I love trap camps like that. I've always enjoyed them. I personally never done really good. I've done a few of them, but I love them. And of course, this doesn't matter because a Fisher site can't be avoided by Lifelink. This is a completely dead card. And PvE is extremely dead. It's like pointless. I don't even understand why this card is still here. Like I legit don't know why. All right, Marathoner. I used to use this a lot in PvP for melee. However, I don't find it that useful anymore with runners. So like if you're running a melee, you could run runners on all your armor pieces, and it would be super beneficial without wasting points on this. Because I feel like since it doesn't eliminate like the cost or like do a higher cost, like it lowers it more to where you get fewer HP points being used. I honestly don't think this card's that great. It's kind of a dead card now. It could be useful, but it's extremely situational. I mean, super. Even a fight, like 5 kills, 5 deaths, or whatever, like you're fighting somebody 5 times in a row, there might be one time it was useful at all, and then other times it wasn't useful. Like, that's about how I feel about it. Like, it's only good, like, 10% of the time at most. 20%, maybe. Like, it's just not useful. Silence weapon, you should always use this at all times. So, obviously, pistols, Elder's Mark, etc. Always use this card. This is actually more important than covert operative. The reason why is there is no proc. There's no there's no proc zone. Like you don't have to be a certain distance away from the person. You don't have to be hidden. All you have to do is be sneaking and shoot and a silencer. That's the only thing. I can stand a foot from you or 50 feet from you. It works the same way. It makes no difference. As long as you're crouched and shooting with a silencer, that's its only procs. So covert, you have to visually be out of their radar. Like they can't see your red bark, and you got to make sure it says caution or hidden on the top of your screen. So like this one don't matter. You could be in danger. It don't matter. Just crouch, shoot with silencer. There's your 100% damage. So that's like a guarantee to get up like your 110s. Guaranteed with any ballistic weapon that has a silencer. You're guaranteed with this one card along with the other cards of perception. This one card will guarantee your 110s. So like don't overlook this card if you're using silencers. Do not overlook it, especially with Elder's Mark, because Elder's Mark don't have bullet tracers with a silencer. Handmaids do, etc. This is actually a really strong card for the Elder's Mark because I mean, if you're PvPing, they cannot see your bullets. They can't see where they're coming from. So a strong card, you're guaranteed 110s. Like I would 100% recommend this on any silenced weapon. Modern Renegade is a really solid card. It really is. I use it a lot. Obviously, it works for the Elder's Mark, the Handmaid, etc. If you notice, hip fire accuracy is increased by 30%, which is a big, big, big chunk. That's really helpful. So, if you're like me, a lot of times I don't ADS when I'm shooting my guns. Like I literally just hip fire 90% of the time or better. I rarely ever ADS because you know you got movement slow. So if somebody's being very maneuverable, it's kind of useless. So like say for the Elder's Mark, if you couple this as a human with this, with you know skeet shooter, this you can get almost the exact same hit rate, like the hit bloom, as say Arms of Steel with skeet shooter, but you don't have glow obviously because you're human. So this is a card I would definitely use with ground pounder and skeet shooter to increase the shit out of your hip fire accuracy, like massively. So you don't have to ADS when you're fighting. You can literally just hip fire the entire time. You just hold down R2 and jump and move. Like you. Super useful card. Super, super. Actually, this one and Enforcer, I always combine for my Elders. Always. Just because of that reason. I usually have to give up cards. So, like, Modern Renegade and also Enforcer has 6 points. So, only got 5 left because I got 11. So, I would actually have 4 more points. So, that would leave me, you know, excuse me. So, that's 6. So, I got 1 more out of that. So, I got 3 points left. So, that allows me 3 more points, which usually involves, like, Escape Artist. 1 more point and, like, 2 points. And like Secret Agent. That's usually how I run those type of builds. Another one I am starting to like a lot. Like I said, in my minigun build, I am trying to be super evasive. And with this, and there's a caveat, you have to be sprinting. It's like you have to have full movement. But with squad maneuvers mixed with all this, it can make you extremely evasive. Like, I mean, you're already like 30, what? Normally I'm like 32% because I usually get about 7%, 8% I think at full buff with evasive. So like, you know, of course 5 and you know, you're looking at about 30, 33%, 32%, etc. Let's say 32 just to be fair. If you are sprinting, you get the 32% and then you get 15% on top of that. If you're sprinting. Well, sprinting in this game is really easy. It's really you can do it really quickly. As long as you're not being shot at or staggered, it's really easy. So think about that. That's 47%. So a minimum of 45. Minimum, I would say 45 if you have high agility. That's a 45% chance to just evade fucking damage. That is a lot. So just keep that in mind. Super useful. Super not useful card. The only way this is really useful is bows and throwing. The melee, it kind of works, but you do have to be sneaking and you do have to be hidden. So it's not really that useful. It can be useful with sheep squat charge. And I'm going to tell you right now, sheep squat scars are freaking hilarious and they're fun to use in PvP. I've done it to my friends a lot. Like just messing with them. Like I'll aggro them and I'll throw my sheep squat shard at them and I'll fucking run away. Just watch them, you know, tick for like 35, I think like 35 seconds, which is a freaking long time. But yeah, it's a fun card. Like, but it's not like super important by any means. Pack and Light. This is actually one I would pick over probably Action Boy if I did use anything that regenerate action points, because it only costs 1 and it's not like a lot, but it can be somewhat beneficial, but it's not one I prioritize. But it can be useful. It's up to you. It's how you want to do your build. It can be useful. It really can, especially if you don't have colas. I would probably say use this if you don't have colas, in all honesty. I do have 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star Secret Agent. The reason why I have 1 of each level is just because when I'm certain builds, I don't use 3 stars. I don't even use 1 star almost never, but the 2 star I use on some of my builds. because I like to pack out my agility how I want for evasiveness or damage mixed with evasiveness. So sometimes I don't have 3 points left over. Sometimes I only have 2. So that's just there for that. And if I do break it down, I think on my melee build I only have 1 left or 2 left. I might use this with pack and light instead of just Sick Razor 2. I'll mix these two together and then put that on, or put that on. That card's fucking redundant. That means fucking nothing in PvP. Like, it really don't. Because as soon as you're detected, it's over, and it doesn't. It can make you hard to detect. So if you kill somebody or they kill you, and you sneak back up on them, yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to see you. But I mean, if you're sneaking, they can't see you anyway. Not if you're a stealth boy. But even without stealth boy, you can still see people moving through the map. The map's not like super populated with like foliage. It's not hard to see you. So like, I would not worry about this card at all. Like, I think this is completely redundant. The only way this is useful is PvE. That's the only way, in my own personal opinion. That's the only way it's useful for a sneak, commando build, obviously. So like, or pistol build, etc. Yeah, that's about the only way. But that's it, guys. That's literally all of agility. I try to do it as quickly as possible. And obviously, yeah. Give me 1 second. We'll finish this out. There you go, guys. There's agility. Luck will be out tomorrow morning, and I hope to see you there. I hope this helps you. Any comments, any questions, let me know. Directly through PSN, through Discord, or through the comment section. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.